All right, guys, this is Paul Singh, the market speculator with bullsonwallstreet.com. This is the free swing weekly report. Today, we will go over the market. We'll go over some sectors, five stocks that I'm really interested in, and then some current positions. We'll also talk a little about the 4th of July sale. I usually don't mention these too much in our reports, but this is such a good sale, probably the best one Bulls has of the year. You get 50% off the yearly subscription, plus you get to pick from one of the about quarterly boot camps classes that I do. So you'll be getting that for free as well. So look into that. bullsonwallstreet.com, 4th of July, 4th dash of dash July. Really good deal that comes around only on 4th of July. All right, let's look at the market. SPY heading into all-time highs as we head into the 4th of July weekend. Q's pretty much the same thing. And continuing the theme, IWM is not. So IWM is down here. Again, in this range, not hitting highs yet. Where SPY and the Q's are up here, IWM is down here. So we're not seeing necessarily broad-based rally. And if we look at RSP, which is the equal-weighted ETF for SPY, that's lagging SPY a little bit too. So while the market overall is strong and there's some really strong stocks, there is a segment of the market that is not participating. But if you know where to be, that's okay. But something to be aware of. And once we start to see these, what we've called reopen stocks, start to move. Notice it's green day today, but all this red here in this list that I have, some green, but a lot of red as well. This is that reopen area that if you guys have been following me, you know we watch very closely. That's airlines, restaurants, hotels, casinos, gaming, lodging, all that kind of stuff that's related to the reopening of the economy. And that has been lagging technology, and technology has been very strong. If we look at some of these ETFs, just look at today what is strong, and that's pretty much been the theme going forward. XLK, technology ETF, IGV, which is software, obviously the Qs here. We have WCLD, which is cloud, and then we have another cloud ETF here. We have a communications ETF, work from home. These are all technology related. That's what's leading today. Semiconductors here, and that's what's been leading for a while. So obviously that's another area we should be paying attention to very closely. So obviously we're paying attention to these areas in terms of industries, and we should be in our focus list. We should be picking a lot of stocks from that area. And while some of these other areas have been lagging a little bit, like jets, home builders, which are actually making a nice little comeback here. PEG would be restaurant and entertainment and leisure. While some of these areas might have been lagging a little bit, I still would be watching these very closely if there's rotation into these areas. Okay, so those are some of the areas we should be watching. Obviously, we're watching a lot of stocks at Bulls on Wall Street. Let me pick five that I'm very interested in right now. Disney, which is interesting because Disney kind of fits. This is one of those weird stocks that fits both the communications, technology, media area, but also kind of the old school travel and leisure with, the Disneyland theme parks fitting that, the cruise lines that they have fitting that, but then obviously their Disney Plus and their big media push and movies as well. So it kind of has the best of both worlds and has pulled back quite a bit over the last few months after being very strong. And I think we might be done with the pullback here. This could be a higher low. We had lower lows coming in on this pullback. For the first time now, potentially a higher low. I would watch for that 50-day moving average remount. So I like Disney a lot. Twitter here consolidating. I really like this one after it had been a nice trending stock, had a little overreaction to news, and has come back very strong. I'd watch for a break of that range. We have Starbucks. We've loved this stock in the report here. Haven't traded it yet, but higher low and now remounting the 50-day moving average. Really like Starbucks. NKLA, electric. Electric has weakened a little bit here, but watch for, it looks like this might be a bottom. Again, is this, after lower lows, was this the higher low, higher low, higher low, and now we get the remount of the 50-day moving average? Finally, Roblox. Not much to do with this right now, but I want to see if it can test the 50-day moving average like it did here and show some strength. This was a recent IPO back in March, and it has been, when it makes its runs, it makes really nice runs. So I'll be watching to see if that thing can hold the 50-day moving average. All right, so there's the 5 stocks we're watching. Let's look at a couple of current positions. I'm going to pick 2 right now. We are in BIB, which is a biotech leveraged ETF. A few weeks ago, BIIB, which is a biotech company, had a big Alzheimer's approval, which was the first time in 2 decades that something like that had happened. There are a number of stocks in biotech, especially some of the big guys that are working on Alzheimer's drugs. So biotech has had a nice little push because of that. Look at all this green volume coming in, nice catalyst. We're playing it for a test of the highs. And then let's take a look at Tesla, which we are in as well. This is electric, had been pulling back for a while. And then Tesla finally remounted the 50-day moving average. That was a trigger for our entry. Now we have earnings at the end of the month, so we need a little push here. Either going to take profits, depending on how fast it moves. At this range, if it can hit that range, about 90 points away or 80 points away, or the all-time high, which I don't think it has enough time to get to before earnings. All right, guys, everyone have a fantastic 4th of July weekend. Remember, we have this deal here if you want to check out the swing service that I run or anything else at Bulls on Wall Street.